Hello everyone. I thought this week maybe we would try doing some performance pieces, and that's a bit of a challenge since not everybody has an instrument at home. So I thought one way that we could do this is by teaching everyone some percussion so that we can practice some rhythmic exercises. So the great thing about being a percussionist is that you don't really need any equipment. The only other instrument like this is voice. You don't need any external equipment to be a singer. So percussionists can literally practice with nothing, or even just the bare minimum, just a couple of things. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll just take a pair of drumsticks and an old magazine, and I can practice just like this using the magazine as a practice pad. But I realize that not everybody has drumsticks at home. If you do, that's great. Or you can use something resembling a drumstick. You can use paint sticks, pencils, anything like that, and an old magazine on a coffee table or on the floor, and that'll work great. But I'm going to do this video pretending that I have nothing. So even if you have nothing at home, no problem. This is how you do it. So what we're going to learn is a couple of percussion patterns, and we call these rudiments. So we're going to learn a few rudiments. Today we're just going to learn the first one, and the first rudiment is a single stroke roll, and this is simply alternating our right hand and our left hand. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. It's that simple. Even though the pattern is kind of simple, it can be kind of tricky to get it to sound good. So here are a couple of tips for when you're practicing. Number one, go to a metronome website or download a metronome app and set the metronome as you're starting. Set it to about 40 to 60 beats per minute. And try and practice making your hits land at exactly the same time as the metronome ticks. This is a little bit more difficult than maybe you might think it is. And you'll know you're doing a good job of this when you can't really tell the difference between the metronome clicks and when you hit. Okay, that will help you get really nice and steady. The other thing that you can practice that's kind of difficult is making each of your hits sound identical to the others so that you can't really tell the difference between your right hand and your left hand, and you get them nice and even, the same volume. Again, that's kind of tricky, but there's no easy way to do this other than practice. So this is our single stroke roll: right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. And you should try and practice that to a metronome. Start off at 40 to 60 BPM. As you get a little bit better, you can certainly turn up the tempo a little bit and practice it faster. And this is something that you should be practicing a minimum of 20 to 30 minutes per day. And you can break that into even like 2 chunks of 15 minutes. That would be fine. But you should be doing about 30 minutes of practice like this per day. Okay, so that's our first one. Later in the week, I'll teach you some other rudiments, and congratulations, everybody. You're all now percussionists.